the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show with special guests Chris McNally, Miranda McDougall, Kevin McGarry, and now the host of the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show, Elliott Wallach.
Hi everyone, welcome to the season 12 finale of the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show. Tiffany is on the set with Chris McNally to talk about Lucas's relationship with Edie and what his political future looks like as governor. Let's take a look.
How would you describe your relationship with Edie now that you've made it through the whole season together?
Well, at this point, I think that they are sort of in it together. You know, Lucas has asked her if she would jump on board his sinking ship, and she accepts. So they're in this dynamic where they're happy to be working with one another. I think Lucas really respects her intelligence, her mind, her education, and what she brings to the table, but also enjoys her company. And she knows that this is likely a failing venture, but I think she feels the same way. It's mutual. So they're in this fun sort of making the best out of a sinking political career scenario.
Would you like him to stay governor? Would you like to see that role continue?
You know, I don't really know, to be honest. I think that it allows some really interesting ethical, political storylines. On the other hand, we have been exploring that for the last few seasons, and I think it's interesting to have a character lose what they've become used to or accustomed to, and watch them grow as they struggle and learn to come out the other side and what that entails. So I don't know which way we're going with this. It seems like things are quite dour at the end of season 12. And so maybe that's the direction that we're going to end up with, or maybe there's a resurgence next season if we go again. Hopefully we do, so we can find out what happens. But I'm fine either way. They both offer positive things for me personally that I'm interested in exploring.
And another thing that you're doing as governor, besides the park this season, is helping Elizabeth with her curriculum.
We just shot that scene like 10 minutes ago.
You did?
And I say, you know, it's going to be over 3 days in July, and you should all come. And she goes, "Oh, well, can I get back to you?" I'm like, "Get back to you? Like, we're looking at changing the future of every, student, young child in the territory."
Yeah.
As it stands now, I'm still firmly in the camp of, Jack will be fine. And you need to help the however many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I mean, how many children are in the school system at this point in 1920? That's a question for all of you.
I don't know, more than 10.
Yes, more than 10. Yeah.
Mrs. Thornton, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Governor. But now that it's summer holiday, maybe we can drop the formalities.
Oh, they may be on holiday. You, however, will need to get ready to present your curriculum for the education conference next month.
What? Lucas, that's incredible. How did you...
Well, shockingly, I suppose I still have some influence. It's over 3 days in July, and you should all come. Because I know if a room full of teachers sees what I saw yesterday, those administrators will have no choice but to support you.
Thank you so much. Can I think about it and get back to you?
Of course. You really should do it.
So now you guys have worked a whole season together. How has it been working with Chris?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, he's such a lovely guy. Really, really just genuine and real. And we have a lot of fun on screen and great conversations off screen. So yeah, it's nice to work with a real grounded, down to earth person.
Yeah, he
I
is.
lucked out. Yeah.
Grounded is a good word.
He's super grounded.
Yeah, he is. So how do you guys prepare? Do you run lines together, or do you just let it happen naturally on camp?
Just let it happen naturally. We haven't done too much, prep kind of in between. I think just trusting each other as actors and respecting each other and knowing that he knows his character, I know my character, and kind of just letting it fly when the director yells action has been really exciting and fun. And it's nice to work with an actor that you really trust in that way. Yeah. And you know that whatever I give, he'll react to. Whenever he gives, I'll react to. So I think it keeps it feeling really alive.
He told me a story when I interviewed him that the scene you guys did with the runaway calf.
Right.
And when he bent down to pick up the calf, Did he split his pants?
He did. He did split his pants. That was the one and only. I think that was the final take of the day. They're like, we got it. The pants are split. It's a sign from the universe. Wrap it up.
We're done.
We're done today. The cow wrangling day is done. Yeah.
So funny.
I know, it was amazing. And I heard it, and then I wasn't sure what it was because I was standing close to camera. I was kind of off camera, but we were still doing the scene together. And I heard this sound, and at first I thought it was maybe an injury because it was quite loud. I thought, oh my gosh, is this a knee or a back situation? And then he slowly stood up and looked around and said, those were my pants. That just exploded. Yes.
So funny. Any other moments like that on set? Things that happened or funny little improv moments?
Yes, definitely funny improv moments. Little callbacks to moments prior. You know, there's that very cat mouseness of the Edie Lucas relationship. So it was just fun to work with each different director about how we wanted to explore that. You know, like hands kind of touching, or eyes looking at each other and then darting away and coming back. So that choreography was fun.
Yeah. Did you
choreography?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, we've done a big dance number now,
yeah.
and that was fun. We very quickly taught ourselves the foxtrot.
Oh.
Just because we looked it up on YouTube and decided to learn a little foxtrot. I don't know how well it's going to come across, but
because what was written in the script that you were just dancing, and then you decided to make it a little something a little more
of the era, right? I think people were kind of trying to do their own version of the foxtrot. So you're probably seeing 6 different versions of the foxtrot in that episode, and then a really good Charleston.
Had you done the Charleston before?
Yes, I've worked a lot in musical theater, so I've done a lot of dancing from many periods of the 1900s. And yeah, I had the Charleston in my back pocket.
So let's talk about that dance scene, because you guys have a moment, right?
We do, yes. There's a little moment before. So Edie walks in assuming that she's going to just be playing her now regular card game with Lucas, and walks in like any other evening to find a bustling party, and it's the graduation after party. So she's kind of startled for a moment because Edie doesn't really, she's still new to this town, and I don't think knows everyone super well, but luckily Lucas is right there. Really kindly kind of welcomes her into the party. They have a sweet little moment of testing their attorney-client privilege,
right,
as we say.
Yeah.
And then heading into the dance. So yeah, it's sweet. We get to see a little moment of them having fun together, and then that kind of recognition of, is this something? Is it not? And we'll have to see. I don't know if we find out to the end of this season.
I think it's still a little bit up in the air.
It is.
They really settle it.
I think it's a bit up in the air. I think that they're no longer enemies. They're no longer frenemies.
Right.
They're now friends, and we'll see what comes of that. Friends plus, we don't know. We don't know.
I think it would be a shame to miss the fun, and I'm wondering if perhaps you'd consider a dance.
Well, I don't know. I think that would test the limit of attorney-client privilege.
Touché.
Well, you could always just fire me.
You're fired. At least for the duration of a dance.
My.
One of the things we got to see you do this episode is a little dancing.
Oh, no. Don't look too close.
I was just going to say, how did you feel about that?
Well, I think Lucas would be a fine dancer. I am not, so that's difficult.
Were you nervous? Like when you saw it in the script, did you think, oh, great?
Well, I think I saw it and I didn't think too much of it. And then when we were blocking it, I realized that it was going to be quite highlighted. Everybody kind of got their own little moment to dance. I went, oh no, I'm not ready for this. And then I'm watching YouTube videos on my phone of how to do the foxtrot. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to learn this now. It's not going to happen. So I think what we went with was a very rudimentary couples dance.
Did you feel good? Did you feel good at the end of it? And did you do the Charleston too?
We all kind of break out into the Charleston at the end. Do I feel good about it? No. No, it's not. I did not dance well. But I think the most important part is that you see that Lucas and Edie have a connection, and I hope that we obtain that. I feel fine about that.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to put in the script. I mean, it could be singing, it could be dancing.
Well, yeah. You know how there's triple threats? I'm a single. Wouldn't even consider myself a single threat, but definitely not a triple threat. Yeah. No singing or dancing here.
Well, I like this idea of you and Edie together, and I'm sure the Hardys like this idea of the two of you
I
together.
hope so.
Yeah, and it looks like she's going to be staying.
Yeah.
And you've hired her as your attorney.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe she'll help you work out this whole political future.
Possibly. She is. We've established that she's a strong legal mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she'd be beneficial in Lucas's corner.
Yeah, and smart because you guys got to solve this mystery this season.
Yes.
Yeah.
The treasure hunt.
Yeah. What did you think about that treasure hunt? It's
I
kind
thought
of
it
fun,
was
the two of
fun.
you together.
Yeah, yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I just think it's something different. It reminds me of wanting to find chests of gold when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Which is neat. And I think it's kind of funny that Bill and Rosemary and Nathan sort of come upon them at the same time, and Lucas is going, "It's not what it looks like. We're not trying to steal anything."
Yeah. Yeah, because they're still suspicious of her. Like we never really knew was she in on it or not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But now we know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Lucas he wanted to believe.
I think that speaks a lot to her trust in Lucas, the fact that he is in this position of power, but she still feels like he's a solid person, that someone she can confide in. It didn't happen right away. It definitely took them, some time, and we see that over the course of the season. The formality kind of slipping away and the guardedness slipping away, and even the little witty quips at each other are becoming fewer and far between, and you get a bit more of a genuine sense of conversation and trust and relationship between the two of them.
I don't suppose this counts as treasure.
Uncle Ernie used to put his pennies in there when he came home. In the summer, every morning, I would take one and drop it in the wishing well. He used to say that there were water pixies that lived in the well.
How do you feel about this potential romance? I think they'd like to see Lucas. Yeah, that's how you feel.
It makes me sick. That's how I feel. No, I'm kidding.
Right. It's choking you out.
How do I feel, Chris or Lucas? How does Lucas feel about it?
Either.
I mean, they both feel great about it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. How has it been working with Miranda? I mean, now you've had a whole
Nice.
season together.
Yeah. No, it's been great. I'm really happy that she's on the show.
Yeah.
I think that it's nice for Lucas has gone through a very difficult time over the last few seasons, and now that he's coming sort of out from the other end of it, I mean, there's still things going on, but I think his attitude towards the situation has changed. He's sort of become at peace with it, at least in the last few episodes, and so having Edie's storyline intersect with his is something to shift his focus to, and something to sort of excite him once again in more of an immediate kind of personal way, rather than everything being, or his entire focus being on running the territory as best he can, doing what he can for the people. This is a more direct connection to someone in his life who gives him a spark and is a sparring partner. And so that's been fun. And it's also fun to have somebody new on the show, because we have a core group that we are very fortunate to get to work with every day. But it's also nice to have some new energy come on, because that sort of works in a parallel way to, between us as actors and the characters, because it's something new for both parties.
Yeah, new dynamic.
Yeah.
New energy.
Yeah.
How do you guys prepare for your scenes together?
I don't prepare. I just,
You just wing it?
I have an earbud. They tell me the words.
Yeah,
and
right.
No, I'm kidding. But it doesn't change whether it's for Edie or
Okay.
anyone else. But I like to, in an ideal world, know all of my dialogue it's a Meisner technique where you have, Sanford Meisner was a teacher back in the day, acting teacher. And if you're able to recite all of your dialogue I remove all the inflections or take out all the commas and periods and everything, and just like a robot run through all of my dialogue. And if I can do that in an Italian, we call it an Italian when it's like it's just very, very quick off the tongue. So monotone Italian, blah, 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 and it's just rapid fire. If it's in me like that, then you know that you can be present in the scene, and you can just pay more attention to what's happening to the other person, what you need, the environment around you, be more immersed in it, and you're not struggling for dialogue, because it is living inside of you, and then you can just sort of ride the scene and the words come out. That's an ideal situation. Sometimes Sometimes we
You
just
don't
have to
have
move a
time.
little quickly here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I probably, yeah, I do. Look, right here in my pocket. These are my sides because life can be a little chaotic sometimes. And
Yeah. You've got to learn it.
yeah, or if we get revisions last minute, you're not always able to be as off book as you want to. So sometimes you need to go with the flow. But it's easier when you've been playing a character for this long because you sort of know, you know who they are, you know how they would react and handle certain situations or in certain dynamics. And then, yeah, just find it's more in your body than if you're playing a new character and
Right.
just sort of figuring it out and also trying to make it through a not prepared scene.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned backstory and creating a backstory. Is there any backstory that you've created that we don't know about? Like that we,
For Lucas?
yeah, that you haven't
Yeah, I'd
actually
say there's
used?
a lot.
in-
Yeah.
Oh, anything you're willing to share with us?
That's for me. That's my secret. But what is funny to me, I think I mentioned this before too, but I create backstories and then we get scripts or a different showrunner and they bring things up from the past and I'm going, oh, that's the opposite of what my backstory. All those other years were a lie now because of this new truth we've established. But no, I think it's important to expand on the script and create your own backstory to, it fills in those, I don't want to say fill in the blanks. It just adds specificity and nuance, and it helps you, I think, primarily, but then the audience benefits from that.
So any predictions if we get more seasons? Any predictions or for what could be coming?
I hope that we bring back a little more of the industrial age. There was a time where we were filming with, there were cars on the streets and we were having to watch as we crossed the street because we weren't expecting nor were we used to all these vehicles going by. And I thought that added an interesting dynamic to Hope Valley. And so it's not necessarily a prediction, but I think it would be cool to explore a little more of that. I think Lucas could use another car.
Oh,
If you've
okay.
noticed, he hasn't been in his car. I don't know
No.
if I'm supposed to say this, but his car is broken.
Oh, it's broken in real life.
And it's so old that you
Yeah.
can no longer get the part required to
yeah.
fix it.
Well, that's got to be a problem, right? I mean, they're old vehicles.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, you can
Um,
ride that
I-
motorcycle.
The motorcycle, it's
It's not working either? Oh.
No, the motorcycle's funny. It gets passed from person to person, and they ride it for a minute, and then it just disappears for a year or two, and then it comes back up. I don't even know who's got it last. I don't know if Lucas sold it or if he still has it. But yeah, I'd love to get that motorcycle. I'm sure people watching this might know where it went. Please remind me where the motorcycle has gone. But back to your question of predictions, I think that Little Jack is going to be okay. And I think that we're going to get to see more of Elizabeth and Nathan. And I wonder, should they get married? I'd be curious to see what happens after that. Because I think sometimes in TV there's a fear of, well, after a couple gets married, then there's no longer any will they, won't they tension. And it's no longer as interesting, so it kind of deflates. But I think that there's a lot to explore on the other side of marriage and a lot that people can relate to and understand and empathize with maybe both parties or, different perspectives on in certain dynamics and situations. So I think that would be fun. I'm going to throw that out there as a prediction that they're going to get married at some point. And what else can I predict?
Yeah. Well, maybe future relationship for you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually a lot of romance happening in town. I mean, Molly and
Yes,
Ned
that's
is
true.
a possibility.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got you and
So the prediction is
Edie,
romance.
the kids, Oliver
more romance.
and Allie.
Yes.
I mean, the kids.
More romance and cars and a motorcycle
I like it.
and a cured little Jack.
Yeah, I like it. Good predictions.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time
Yeah,
to
of
sit
course.
down
Thanks
with
for
me.
having
It's
me.
been a great season, and hopefully we'll get many more.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
All of us are predicting and wondering what new relationships will be next in Hope Valley. But the one we're always wondering about the most is what's next for Nathan and Elizabeth. Tiffany talks to Kevin McGarry to see if he has any insight he can share with us. Let's take a look.
This episode, you finally solved the case.
Solved
The
the case
robbery
of
case.
the gold. Well, I didn't do that just by myself. My
Right.
team, consisting of Bill and Rosemary, we all solved it together.
Yeah. Now, before you got the script, did you figure it out?
No, because, and I'll tell you why, because we didn't, it wasn't like, I believe the story was still being built when we were given the initial kernel of it. So, no. I didn't. Yeah.
The writers didn't even know how it was going to end.
I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know if this was going to be something that just like went away, after 2 episodes. But this was, it was the main through line of the Mountie work this year.
So I thought it had a little bit of like a National Treasure vibe, how you guys solved this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jack is definitely the Nicolas Cage of this show. I think he tells everybody that's
What are you?
the Indiana Jones.
That's right. We were James Bond. Now we're to Indiana Jones.
You're right. Actually, I am he's the James Bond now because he does go undercover and yeah. And he had the white tuxedo. You're right. I switched that.
Okay.
No, well, Indiana Jones had a white tuxedo too.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's just say that I'm half James Bond, half Indiana Jones. But Jack is definitely the Nicolas Cage of the show.
That's the old North Road. That's where the Garrisons thought that they'd find the gold.
Exactly, which is where I believe they buried it. Now, if Ernie could have seen Jake's lantern that night.
Well, this was your theory all along.
Now, if I'm Ernie, I see that lantern, I might quietly sneak up on them.
He would have seen the gold. He would have heard the entire plan.
And if he's smart, he waits till they're gone, digs it up, and buries it somewhere else.
So the question is, where is that somewhere else?
Not too bad there's not an X marked on this treasure map.
Well, unfortunately, this silly map has taken some liberties with scale. I mean, the wishing well is bigger than the cabin.
Didn't Edie say how the ranch was where dreams come true? Or...
She did?
No. She said it's where wishes come true.
Wishing well.
I think we just found our gold.
So kind of funny how they did like the invisible ink and
Yeah.
Nathan didn't seem, I don't know, he was sort of amused by it all.
Yeah, the last little bit of that treasure hunt for him was just him kind of just being like, this is so dumb. I can't believe this is a treasure hunt. I can't believe a coin is what is going to lead us. Like the coin X marks the spot, and then there's a well and there's a chest and it's a secret code. And he did all his early stuff finding the trail with Toddy that led to the rancher, then opened up to this treasure map. Yeah.
So there was another little bit of a mystery, which with Oliver in this episode where he didn't do well on his test.
Yeah, well, was that a mystery? I think Nathan knew right away why.
Yeah.
Because he's got feelings for Allie and he wants to stick around.
Yeah.
So Nathan has this opportunity now that he got this promotion, that he gets a deputy, that he offers Oliver the position if he wants to take the test again, pass it, and he can stick around Hope Valley for a little while longer. So, and I think he might. I think a lot of people like Oliver, so we might see him.
How has it been
longer.
working with Jacob?
He's
who
great.
Plays Oliver?
He's great. Yes, Jacob. I think he's perfectly cast for that role. I think he's exactly what he's got shades of Oliver in him. He's doing a great job. And I think him and Jada together really shine.
Yeah. And how do you think Nathan feels about the two of them pairing?
Hates it. I don't think Nathan is wanting to be in any headspace where he sees his daughter dating somebody. He's not there yet. So he's happy. Oliver's a good kid, happy to help out, happy they're friends. But that's where it stays. That's where it stops for Nathan.
So let's see. A couple seasons ago, you got to mentor Scout.
Yes.
Now you've upgraded to Oliver.
A human boy. Yeah.
What do you
Pinocchio.
If there's future seasons, what do you think you'll get? What's next in line?
One can only hope a dinosaur or something like that coming up. Well, I mean, Aaron and I were saying this the other day, based on how this episode ends, 12, is that Nathan still has not learned how to drive a car yet.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think it was around season 8 or something, season 9, I forget. He was trying to trying to learn how to drive a vehicle. So we never really saw the conclusion of that. So maybe it goes dog, boy, car. I don't know. Horse, he's got.
Baby.
Baby. Well.
Baby.
Yeah, I guess it could be baby. He spent a lot of time with little Jack, who now wants to just be called Jack, which I think is pretty great. Yeah. Cute. I guess you're right. I guess we haven't seen him with like a little baby yet. But there's a couple things that
we have a few more
happen
steps
before that. So.
Yeah. So the end of the episode, a bit of a cliffhanger. We're not sure if Nathan's going to make it in time.
Yeah, because he can't drive.
You know, I did think
We
of
did
that.
think of it.
I
He's like
did
looking
think of
at the
it.
car and he's like, I don't know
How am
which
I
one
gonna
means
get
go.
there?
Got a 50-50 chance here. Who knows what's going to happen. You know, he shows up, he's out on rounds. And then Elizabeth gets this like shattering news that they have to get little Jack to Cape Fullerton.
Right.
And there's no time, you know, and they're going to kind of head off and she doesn't get to say goodbye. And Jack, Bill is like, I'm going to try to go find Nathan. Nathan shows up too late, coming into her row house. And then it's just kind of, her and little Jack driving in the car. And then all of a sudden these car lights pull up behind them and Nathan's got a cab. He flagged a cab down. Thank goodness. He shows up with Allie and the four of them, the blended family go off together and they say, I'm with you, it's you, I go where you go. And then, they head off together. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's so willing to drop everything for her.
Well, I think he always has been, and I think that's where they are. He's been of service to her since he joined the show, since he's been created. It was a no-brainer, that he was going to be there.
Nathan!
Family sticks together, right?
Oh, Allie! But how can you...
We'll figure it out. Together. Take us to the station. When you go, I go.
Yeah, but it's nice, like, because we are in this world of, like, what's going to happen next, How are they going to get back to Hope Valley? Are they going to get back to Hope Valley? Are we building a whole new Cape Fullerton set?
Right.
But whatever happens, they're doing it together, and I think that's the ray of hope that kind of comes through at the end, that she won't be alone and little Jack won't be alone. So
Yeah, and I love it. I love the four of them together, and I
Yeah.
think it was a great way to end the season.
I think so too. Yeah.
Any predictions if there's future seasons? Like, what do you think?
Well,
What
I
do you
mean,
think?
I'm not a betting man, but I'd probably lean closer to the idea that we might see what happens after that drive off. I think things look pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the story will continue. Let's say that.
Yeah. So to sum up the season, James Bond, Indiana Jones, need to learn to drive.
Jack is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, learning how to drive, that'd be a good one too. But yeah, definitely Nathan. If you take anything from this season, take that Nathan is the James Bond / Indiana Jones of When Calls the Heart.
Well, thanks again for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It's a great season.
Yeah, thank you.
And that concludes the final episode of the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show Season 12. Thank you so much to all our guests that help us make this, and thank you so much to Super Channel and to you guys for tuning in. And God willing, as the show continues, we'll see you right here every step of the way on Super Channel Heart and Home. Thanks again, everybody.